What's up? My name is Iker Flores, and today I'll talk about the video game called Metro 2033.
Metro 2033 was developed by A4 Games and Deep Silver mainly, and based on the book of the same name written by Dmitry Alexeyevich Gluhovsky. The Metro universe is set in Moscow after the nuclear devastation caused by the Third World War. Most of the world is destroyed and the human race almost extinct, but a few thousand people manage to take refuge in the subway tunnels and lead a new life. However, due to radiation mutants, scarcity of resources, and internal conflict between the different human factions make the new lifestyle of a constant fight for survival. Our protagonist's name is Artyom. In his first years of life, he got to know the world before the nuclear disaster. Now he lives like other people in one of the many subway stations, called the Exhibition. This name is exclusive to the games because in the books his real name is this, which is pronounced Bedenja. Leaving that aside, the really important thing is that in addition to all the threats that I mentioned before, a new threat has just arrived at the subway, a new species of mutants discovered, which they call the Dark Ones, or also called Homo novus, which is the next evolution of Homo sapiens, and they are sweeping the station and killing everyone. As the Artyom station is small and far from the other stations, they have no chance against this new threat, and if they are attacked, they are practically finished. In addition to the invasion of the Dark Ones, other smaller but equally dangerous mutants are moving around in large numbers, which causes more clash against them, and the limited resources that they already had were scarce more and more. Then after an attack by the Nosalis, which are one of the most common mutants in the subway, a soldier named Hunter goes in search of a way to end the dark and leaves the tasks to Artyom if he does not return. We will also have to notify the police of that happen. Obviously, Hunter never came back, and now it's up to Artyom to complete the mission. Because if he doesn't, his station and the other will probably be destroyed. Which brings me to the point of game mechanics. Metro 2033 is a first person shooter where you can carry three weapons at the same time or two depending on whether the difficulty is very high, and there are also objects that we can collect throughout the game. We will also have to change weapons depending on the situation. It does not matter if the weapon we must use is worse than the one we already have. As I said before, you have to know that each weapon serves a different situation. Shotguns are excellent for mutants that attack you at short distances, but against a long distance confrontation against humans it is useless. It is highly recommended that you have enough of everything because you will need them for sure. Speaking of the weapons, their design is perfect for the theme and environment of the game. Some seem to belong to someone with resource and are well cared for, and others seem to break at any moment. There are also compressed air, which they use metal balls to replace the lack of bullets, and that after several shots. You have to pump air with some bulbs so that you can shoot again. We can also put modifications to the weapons, such as a scope, an expanded charger, and many other things. You can find them exploring or taking them from dead enemies, but you can also buy them in armory. Because there is a purchasing system, the currency of this game are bullets of military caliber. Since the money from before is not worth anything at this time, military caliber bullets can also be used to kill. They are more effective and are incendiary, but you will be literally shooting your money. It is better to save them to buy, although you can use them alone a last choice. Well, it's time to talk about the opposite side to the subway tunnels, the exit to the surface, where the air is toxic and you have to wear a gas mask to move forward every few minutes. Will have to change the filters. These filters are scarce, so you have to distribute them well if you do not want Artyom to suffocate. On the surface, there are two different types of mutants, what are very dangerous. The demons, who are mutants with wings, and that take a ridiculous amount of shots, and the librarians, who are the species of gorillas that insta-kill you. But mutants are not the only threat in this game. As I said before, humans can be friends or enemies depending on the faction they belong to. I will briefly tell you about the fourth most important. First, the police, which is the union of four stations in the center of the metro. Then there is the Red Line, which is a communist faction, which is not the enemy in this game. The next faction will be the Fourth Reich, who are the worst of all. They are, as their name indicates, a group of crazy neo-Nazis who consider all those who do not belong to their faction as a mutant. The story ends with Artyom going to a military bunker called D6, which he will use to bomb the nest of the Dark Ones. There are two endings. The good one is achieved by obtaining goodness points and killing as few people as possible. And the bad ending is achieved by killing everyone and getting cruelty points. The canonical ending is the bad one, where you destroy the nest of the Dark Ones and with Artyom wondering if what he did was right or if they made the biggest mistake of his life.
Question is if you like games like Fallout or Stalker, you want to play this game, yes or yes. This game is very good and I'll recommend it.